Gunas cheese hati adi stakatiuhan. Thanks for coming here, everybody. It's Tuesday, November 4th. Um, my phone says it's an election day, but I'm not missing anything, am I? Is this a non-election year?
I don't know. First I heard of it.
I was
Yeah,
confused about
So
that too.
that's how good I am about voting.
yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even vote for Trump or anybody.
Uh-huh.
I voted for Mickey Mouse.
Mickey always gets the vote.
What if he makes us dress like him?
Yeah, I know. Uh, the lady said, because I'm blind, she said, I could help you with your uh, filling in the forms. I said, okay. So we got to the spot. What person do you want to vote for to be president? I said, I'm going to do a write-in. Okay, so she put the X on the box. Uh, can you spell it? Spell the name? I said, yeah, it's MC Nickey
Yeah.
Ouse. She she couldn't stop laughing.
You're ornery, Miss Kendall.
No, but I said, well, that's what they all do. They Mickey Mouse everything. So why not just put his name in there?
Too much.
Anyway, joke for the day.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
I
pretty
think if
sure
it
we're
was
not missing anything. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead. What were you gonna
I was
say?
just gonna say, I'm pretty sure we're not missing anything.
Yeah. I have a feeling my radio would have been inundated with ads and everything if it was actually an
Totally.
election year. Nice. Well, welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a good weekend. We have some announcements today for class. First, I wanted to share about the Lingit grammar class that I just got an email about. It's provided by Outer Coast College, and I'll share some information about that. It's a new month, so we'll talk about the Tlingit name for the month. And then while I'm thinking about it, next Tuesday is Veterans Day. So next week on Tuesday, November 11th, we will not have class. So we'll have class today and then Thursday, and then we'll take Tuesday off. So I'll keep bringing it up, but just to let everybody know nice and early, um, that'll be happening. And then since it's a new month, Shirley and I put together our outline for the month. We'll go over that today with you, and then keep working on our knock knock dialogue. Last week we started using this resource by Dr. Jeff Lear, and we have some notes around one of the words in our line about I helped them. So we'll talk about that word and look at a couple different examples, which is just fun. And yeah, just to give you a heads up, we'll talk about it farther in the class, but for the knock knock dialogue, we decided to have two options. So one, I'm calling it the intermediate level. If you already know your formal self-introduction, then we have like one option of a dialogue for you. And then if you're a beginner still, and you've not yet learned the self-introduction, we have an easier option for you. So we just want you to rest assured that whether you know it or not, we have something planned for your level to keep you challenged
At all.
and
Yes. I just had that
encouraged.
encounter just now.
And so, yeah, we'll talk about all that stuff today.
Yeah, we were talking about the fact that it's kind of scary to think about. I have to get up in front of people or do this. Uh, it only takes 30 seconds to do the whole thing, and even less to translate into English. So when we start working on it, it's going to seem real difficult because you have to make decisions about certain things. So it's I think it's important for you to know that we are busy teaching you words, but hidden in all this is culture. You're learning about the culture and the people and how they talk to each other, which is why we have the knock knock. It kind of gives you a an idea of how it is in the village and how you treat people. And my parents, and in my whole life with them, they never once said, you have to have respect. I never heard that word. They just told me how to have respect. They never used the word. They told they told us how we had to treat other people. So that's what we went by. Um, so I just want you to know that mixed into all this, in my mind, is we're trying to get the culture in and the language. So you're learning both.
Yeah.
Gracias.
Sheesh.
Okay, goodness, geez. Super fun stuff. So, a little bit about this course I mentioned. I just got an email about it. It's the Lingit Grammar Massive Open Online course. Uh, that's kind of a mouthful. So for short, they call it the MOOC, MOOC, Massive Open Online Course. And they're going to teach grammar. So I'm signing up, even though it's on Saturdays, because I'm super curious about how they're going to teach grammar. I'm still learning grammar and just wanting to add those tools to my teaching toolbox. But I did put the link to the slides in the chat, and so you can click this link for quick reference if you want to sign up for the course. It'll be every Saturday starting next week on November 11th, and then the 27th, 22nd, and then December 6th and December 13th. So it just looks like 4 meetings, 4 to 6 p.m. On Zoom. The teachers are Shkuil, Tim Hall, and Skeudusa, Matthew Spellberg. Any questions or comments on that or with what Shaksani Keek shared with us?
Yeah, I do have a question about the grammar course.
Uh-huh.
I've also received that email that you mentioned. I guess it's the same that I and you received. Um, do you have any experience with them? Do they record the meetings as well? Because it would be 2 o'clock in the morning for me, and I was just wondering if you know that.
Yeah. In the past I've taken it and what they did was just share out the link to the recording from the Zoom account. So it was pretty quick and easy for us to
Okay,
check them out. But I would definitely send them an email. You should ask them if they can accommodate you by sharing out the recordings, because that'll
cool.
be helpful.
Yeah,
Yeah, I used
I'll
to
still try
coordinate.
to make it, but
Yeah,
sometimes it's out of my hands. So
yeah, yeah. One of my colleagues that I work with is in Germany, and sometimes she's staying up till 1 in the morning to meet with us, and we're
yeah,
super lucky. But yeah, it's a tough time difference.
yeah.
All right. Well, since it's a new month, let's talk about the month name. This is a picture I took from the phrase book, Lingit Class. It's a publication by the Alaska Heritage Institute. A lot of these month names are compiled by traditional names for harvesting. And let's practice this one. The one that generally aligns with November is means digging or scratching moon, when bears dig and prepare their winter dens. And let's practice these two words. Repeat after me. Kukahadis.
Hokaha this.
Good.
Weight,
Kukahadis.
just the weight, the balance of it.
So the word for month or moon is the second
I
word.
told you I
Dis.
didn't get that brownie shotgun.
Oops. And then second word is dis. It means moon or month. And then this first part is digging or scratching. And it's got an underlined K, kh, and then a regular K, ka. So let's practice this again. Repeat after me. Kukaha dis.
Hokaha this.
I tried to give him $250 for it. He
This.
said it was a $1,200 shotgun.
Okay. Um, any questions or comments? Anything you've been thinking about?
Before you go, can you show us what's on
What about Shaheen Tla? I was wondering if your audio works. I know that last time it didn't. Are you able to unmute? No worries if you can't. I just want everybody to feel welcome if you're new. So I did want to have a welcome for our new student. Her name is Shaheen Tla. She's in the Yukon Territory, and her family is from Klukwan, Haines, and the Dyea Flats area. But just since you joined us recently, I wanted to make sure you know that you're welcome and how happy we are to have you here with us. So I know that you mentioned earlier that you're not able to unmute because of audio or where you're at on your computer, but just wanted to say welcome. Gunasti Shati Gudi. Thank you for coming here.
Did you say Shagita?
Shaheen Tla. Shaheen Tla.
Yeah, because that's an old name in Huna.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. Let's do a quick review of our dialogue and um and then we'll learn the next lines.
What's it?
Um, s- so let's do these ones. Repeat after me, starting with who is that? Repeat after me. Adu sawa.
Adusawa.
Yeah. And then put your name in the blank. And mine is Nila Tora Aya.
Sansaya Ishaya.
Huni hande itin aya.
Good. And next line is I'm bringing you king salmon heads. Let's practice just the first two words for king salmon heads. Repeat after me. Tashayi.
Shayi.
Ashayi.
Good. And then I brought it to you. I hot kwasi in.
Ik es.
I ases has plasti in.
Literally,
Nice.
it means I brought it for your mouth.
Yeah, that's super fun.
Yeah,
These first two words, iris, are your mouth, for your mouth.
yeah.
Iris. Yeah. I like that. One of my friends told me that they think I'm a literal thinker, and I was like, Well, that kind of makes sense because a lot of our languages I've been focusing on are very literal.
Yeah.
Let's do this whole line nice and slow. Repeat after me. Tashaye iqisat in.
Shaye
Sayi
es
eight what
at
Kwasi in
kwas in
Okay. This part, khwasi in, means I brought it. Khwasi in.
I can't remember. Is that see in is liquid?
Ah,
Yeah.
nagawa.
So
And
that's a clue you gotta watch out.
yeah, let me see if I have that screenshot. I want to bring up something that Shirley's sharing with us. Let me see if really quickly if I have it handy. Oh yeah. Okay. What Shirley just asked about is this word, khwasi in. She was asking to clarify, is that the handling verb for carrying liquids? And basically, I'm going to put this up on the screen, but the Tlingit language has a lot of different words for carrying objects based on basically how you would carry them. If it's a general, often compact object, or something round, something in a container or hollow object. Long, complex objects like a bow, long, simple objects like a herring rake. And these just take some practice and familiarity getting to know them. I'm still learning them. But the one that we just practiced is to bring in a container, especially liquids or small objects. So if, for example, that they included here, bring water would be hin hat set in. If you're telling someone bring water here. And there's a lot of them, but they're very specific, and I like that. Goodness, geez. So we have our dialogue, and the next one is the visitor says, "Okay, I'm bringing you king salmon heads," and then they say, "My mom cooked it." And let's practice this line. Repeat after me. Ach tlach tusa'i.
Tus
Tusi
Tusa
Okay. And the person who's receiving is thankful. They say, "Thank you. Let's eat it right away." And it's Gunnaf Tish, Guk, Tlauk Atkach Tucha.
Ganas
Una
Chish
Is
Kla
U
Atkach
Dak Tusa
Good. So a couple breakdowns just for repetition. Repeat these last ones after me. Ach tlach Tusa'i.
Dak Tusa
Okay. And then the next one. Guk, Tlauk Atkach Tucha.
Guk Klauk
Dak
Atkach Tucha
Tusa
Good. So let's start with just the end. Atkach Tucha. Repeat after me. Atkach Tucha.
Atkach Tucha
Tuha
Good. And the word right before that means right away. Repeat after me. Tlak.
Dak
Klauk
Good. And put them together. Tlak atgachtucha.
Klauk
Dak
Atkach
Tuha
Good. And the whole line. Guk. Tlak atgachtucha.
Guk Klauk
Uk Dak
Atkach Tucha
Tuha
Okay. Shirley, do you have any feedback for us?
Uh, no, not right now. They're so concentrated on saying it right. And after it becomes a little more natural, we're going to try to do some acting. So be ready for that.
Okay.
The difference between gook, takot, kachtu, ha, is it gook, takot, kachtu, ha. So that's what I mean by acting. So a little more excitement and happiness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to. Got acting notes. Fun.
Yeah, we don't sound very excited to be eating this.
One time I was asking Shirley, and I said, did I say that right? And she was like, you don't sound that tired.
Supposed to say hue, hue.
Okay.
What are the words that's in Lingit Class?
Hmm.
You let a lot of air. Hue. It's tired. Been working too hard.
Yeah, I gotta find that page with all those expressions on them. Those are fun. I'll look for them. Okay. Okay, let's do this one. Next one is eat with us. Ha'inatcha.
Ha'in at ha.
Yeah. Atcha is like when you're telling someone to eat.
I wonder if we
And
could say ha'in atraksha.
mm-hmm.
How about eating with us? Or if you'd like eating with us, it's just an offer. Like I want to eat it right now, but I'm gonna offer some to you if you want it.
Mm,
Ha'in atraksha.
yeah. Yeah. How about eating it with us?
Yeah.
So this last sound, Shirley mentioned kshe. You can add it at the end, and it's a rounded K, so KW, and then she. So just round your lips when you breathe out that K sound. Kshe.
She.
Um, uh, eh. So let's start with atcha kshe. Repeat after me. Atcha kshe.
At ha. She.
Good. And then the whole line. Ha'in atcha kshe.
Ha'in at ha. She.
But it makes it easier. You can kind of think of this KW as coming at the end of kshe. Because for people like me, it can be challenging to start a word with like KWSH. You just, I mean, you can do it, but this is one way I think about it that makes it a little bit easier to think about. Chakushe. So let's do it one more time. Ha'in at chakushe.
Ha'in at she.
Good.
Minus.
Now, when you say it that way, they person you're asking realizes it's an afterthought. Politeness
Uh-huh.
to join when they only have two heads to eat.
Oh. When you're asking it that way, as in like adding kusha.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Interesting. Fun. King salmon heads. Okay. I need to add that line. And then, um, so the visitor, the person who brought the heads, they say, well, it's almost time for me to go. I have to go to, I'm on my way to school. And so they have to politely decline. And let's practice these lines. So it's almost time. Repeat after me. Adeya kandahit.
Adeya
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 kanda hit.
kandahit.
Good. Again. Adeya kandahit.
Adeya
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 kanda
kandahit.
hit.
Good. And then they explain politely, I'm on my way to school. Repeat after me. Skundayan chagut.
Skundayan.
Undiyan
Good.
hagut.
Good. Again. Skundayan chagut.
Skundayan.
Adeyan
Good.
Undiyan hagut.
So let's practice saying these like you're in the moment, you're in the doorway, you're saying you have to go. So we'll do both lines together and just repeat after me and take your time. Adeya kandahit. Skundayan chagut.
Adeya
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 kanda hit.
kandahit.
Kandayan. Good.
Undiyan hagut.
Skundayan haku.
Good. Nice job. Any questions or comments?
I'm thinking about it's almost time. I'm on my way to school. And I don't know. I'm trying to like picture what's happening and how I would say that. And it's kind of like a weird way to say it. If I wasn't gonna have time to have a snack with you, I might just say like, I'm running a little bit late. I got to get to school. Um, but I guess that's what we're saying. By it's almost time. Or yeah, I guess I'm just trying to figure out why this sounds awkward.
Good question. Let's work on it.
Mm-hmm. Conversation.
And I guess the answer should be no.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Adeya kanda. There's no explanation, so it makes it harder.
Mm-hmm.
Could say
Uh,
maybe we should say Skudian Hakut the Adeyakan hit. That I think that's where the problem is.
Okay.
But Adeyakan hit. Why? What do you mean? How come that you bring that up?
Uh, yeah, that makes sense.
Thanks for bringing that up.
sure. Yeah, it just sounds a little bit awkward if I'm gonna try and remember these phrases. It needs to sound a little bit more natural, or else I'll never be able to uh, internalize it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the cart before the horse.
Uh-huh.
School before the fish heads.
Yeah. That'll put it in our memory. It's funny. I hardly ever have to think about this kind of stuff. I took I listened in on some classes that are advanced uh, about the verbs and all that. I was mixed up. I, what am I doing? I don't even know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, I thought, oh, forget it. I just do it naturally.
Hmm.
Let's see, what verb shall I do? Or is this a verb? Does it fit in? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I realized that my parents, they didn't worry about that. They just told me what I was supposed to say.
Hmm. Yeah, a friend of mine was pointing out that when kids are learning the language, they say things wrong all the time, like I go to school or something like that. And it doesn't really matter. Like we figure it out as we go along. Of
Yeah.
course, it's better to learn the correct way, but we start by saying like I go to school.
Well, when I was working at Cake, we had a school teacher that was living with us because she didn't have any place to live. And so the students liked her. So they'd come in and talk to her. "Yeah, there you are." And she's said, "What are you doing?" And the students would say, "I go show you." And she would say, "I am going to the show," trying to correct them.
Hmm.
The kids would say, "Yeah, me too." And they would leave. I'd laugh at her because I know that they set her up. I go show you. And it makes sense, that kind of language for teenagers to talk like that, English. So it's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm. That is fun. Some people are good at picking up on like what someone means, and I remember when I started out learning Tlingit, I was always trying to speak in Tlingit to Khane, and I said something totally wrong, which I learned later. But at the time, looking back, he was just like, "Yeah, go ahead, like I said something like, "I want to come to the advanced classes," and I said it all wrong and weird, but he was like, "Yeah, it's on Wednesdays and Fridays." In hindsight, I'm like, how did he know what I was trying to say? Um, yeah, Shirley mentioned earlier that we're learning the culture too in this class with the knock knock. And something she brought up, I just want to remind us, is when we're talking about time or temps, uh, when I was in grade school, learning about time was like very specific. This is the hour hand, this is the minute hand, it's on 55, so say 55. Uh, but the way you would say this conversationally in Thinget is it's moving. The minute hand is moving, meaning it's getting to be time for that. Um, so rather than thinking about like how many degrees is it outside, yeah, talk about like it's cold or it's very cold. But Shirley, did you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I know the digitals. Yeah, it's really really specific, like 1056 or 1058 or so. I have to stop and figure that out mathematically what that is when I'm cooking, and we just never said all that. It wasn't that important to us to have the exact minutes, and that was an issue that my husband and I had when we first got married. Is time. I was on Indian time and he was on white man's time. So it caused a lot of fight, a lot of arguing. But then we figured it out. white man's program and things. We go 15 minutes. We got to be there 15 minutes before it starts. Indian time, if they say it starts at 7, you leave at 7. So
Mhm.
that kind of solved that problem.
Mm.
So uh, yeah, it is an issue that's a new one, digitals. We haven't made up a word for it. By the way, we're going to try to have a meeting on Thursday to start working on new Tlingit words. When the when the white man first came among us, the Tlingits got really busy and made all kinds of new words. It was so wonderful, and you're using some of them now. Uh, and then they succeeded in doing away with the language. So there's this gigantic gap of no new words. So we want to get together and try to figure out if we can start making new words that can be voted on to or worked on. So I personally think it's important. In Japan, they don't allow their young people to talk about any new invention unless they made up a word for it first.
Mm.
So I don't know if we can be that strict. That wasn't required by the elders.
Mm.
I'm curious what's on the top of your list to come up with a new word for.
Um, well, we already have some. Flora Johnson from Cake living in Juneau. We were talking about, we were telling her, we can't hear you, your mouth, you're frozen, you're mute, you're on mute and everything. Finally, we got through, and she made up a word in the process about mute, being mute. Your mouth is frozen.
Ich auch dich.
Yeah. So that's the new word for, uh, and I vote for it to be included. I don't know even know if she's still alive, but we have a lot of things in regards to computers. Uh, I think computers should be called um, Atuiskutake, a box of knowledge.
Wat was goed, Kate.
Yeah, things like that. So if you guys want to start doing things like that with the new terminology, there's cell phones. I don't know, this uh, remote things that you can do. I was telling the last class that I had a dream and I was working really hard and I was really busy. So oh no, I didn't check my email. So I checked my email. There was a real desperate email from Washington, D.C. And the email said, "You said you had a polar bear skin for us. We're still waiting. We'd like to have it right away." So I quickly grabbed the polar bear skin and I emailed it. That was my dream. Went to the top that one.
Went to the top.
His attachment.
Yeah. File too large.
Yeah. So anyway, the words really cleverly done by the natives was very descriptive. Um, that that they made up. I think one of the first ones that they did was a favorite of my class. I was a favorite for them to say, Hasha, Hasha, scissor,
Mm.
Hasha, Hasha, Ha, man, Hasha, head, cutting tool,
Hmm.
Hasha, Hasha,
Hmm.
an introduction, Hitta, a knife,
Hmm.
Hitta, cup, Gukwa, Gukwa,
Hmm.
a broom, Hitta, Hitta, a key, Katikha. That's a real nice one. Katikha. That thing you turn.
Hmm.
Very descriptive. But anyway,
Mm.
there's a whole bunch of them, and I hope you notice something that is really, really common to all the words.
Hmm.
Do you know what it is? I want to see how observant
The,
you are.
the ah at the end.
Yeah, right. They
Yeah.
all have the ah at the end. Even for a gun, una. So it's and I don't know. I kind of analyzed all these items.
Mhm.
They actually are things that are useful, but cannot do anything on its own. It has to be uh, used by a person.
Hmm.
Kuhita,
Mhm.
kuhita, pencil. Of
Mhm.
course, that applies now to pens.
Mhm.
So there was a lot of tsina, lights. Yeah. So anyway, and my point, the point I'm trying to make is, I don't know if they had a meeting and say that's just how we're going to do it, how they just happened to come up with it, and some of them ended with the NNA, and some of things were at What is that? Everything.
Hmm.
At u, that thing you own.
Mhm.
Atra, eat something.
Hmm.
So I don't know if there's, I haven't heard any person to analyze uh, how these words should apply, but I think it's something we want to talk about with Sea Alaska to
Mhm.
see what we can come up with.
Hmm.
Sorry I took all that time.
That's good. Ah, Mustiche.
One thing that reminds me of is at Kuik, when someone is getting a name, they say the name 4 times, I think, and they say the name like Sansa Yaish Ah, and they put the Ah at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah. Isn't that something?
Hmm.
Mhm.
I'm glad you noticed that.
Mhm.
Although I can't give you an answer.
The other thing I was thinking about was some of the translations for these names are very literal, like you were talking about earlier, Neilatoga.
Mhm.
And I guess that's kind of a style preference if you want to have a new word be something literal, or a lot of times, like in the English language, the word will um, can refer to something else, like almost metaphorical. There's lots of examples that I can't think of right now, but
Mhm.
maybe you know what I mean. How you would want to
That's
name
something
something.
that that's something that a lot of people come to me with. How do you say this? We say it, and what does it mean? Well, you can easily figure out the meaning, but why was it given? We don't know.
Hmm.
It, it's a meaning for that. Uh, my a name was given to me, and the words were Wushtayin Danak, Wushtayin Danak.
We pull together.
Stand facing each other. Who, why, and what? It was a design that was put on the brown bear house. Two bears facing each other.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Uh, they didn't give me an explanation. I figured it out myself.
Hmm.
Uh, that's what happens with a lot of names. They give it to you, and you can easily figure out what it means, but you don't know why,
Hmm.
what the event was that they gave it to you. I think that's what you were trying to say.
Mhm. Hmm. Hmm. So cool. Any other thank you for this, Shirley. Are there any other questions or comments?
We'll just be excited to hear what you come up with at your meeting.
Yeah, me too.
Is that why they give the money to a person when someone gets a Tlingit name or gets their name? That person's supposed to help them um, learn their name and if there's a meaning behind it.
Oh no, it's just an honor. You want to
Oh,
honor
okay.
somebody. Uh,
Oh, okay.
the name, and you hand the money over to opposite clan. Opposite.
Oh, okay.
It's a gift. It was used for the naming. Now you can have it, put in your pocket.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
That's true.
Hmm. Okay. So just to look
Anybody
ahead
have
at
anybody
uh-huh.
have an idea about what to call a computer in Concat? What to call an email?
It makes me think, like, what does a computer do? Um, takes all my time, ruins my eyes, makes me sit all day,
Yeah. Sometimes can't figure it out.
tries to do my thinking for me. There's a lot of ways you could look at a computer, I think.
Uh, I know my
Gives
my
me pain in my back.
my instructor said these things are perfect, but we aren't, and we're the ones that have to work it.
Hmm.
maybe like collects all my thoughts, like because we have like hard drives that are like a collection of all our creations.
Hmm.
All you have to do is figure out how to say it and think it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking up the etymology of computer, and it says it comes from the Latin computare, meaning to calculate, which is composed of com, together, and putar, to reckon,
Hmm.
together to
Mm.
reckon.
Hmm.
Was there a cricket word for typewriter? I can't remember.
Mm.
I thought there was.
Let's see. I'm not seeing anything yet, but
Akach the art,
where'd you find that?
the Hashika Yukatangi website.
Oh, thank you for reminding me about that. Where did I? Is it this one?
That's it.
Okay.
Just put in type and it comes up.
A koch, do what?
Was it this one that you saw? Santi
That's
Ish.
it. Oh,
So this one surely says, let me zoom in. It looks small. Akoshi dash. Oh, Akoshi dash.
Lack of that.
Mhm.
Oh, it's pretty clever.
if you click on the word, um, you get a little bit more information.
Huh. So it has an example sentence. Type this for me. Achchies kwan kish dash.
We need to work that one into our knock knock.
Okay.
Does it say?
Oh, it's 5 minutes till, but Shirley, did you want to share anything before we go?
No, I think I've been dominating this. So.
That's all right. It's
You're the
fun.
teacher.
Yeah. Um, Real quick before you guys go, just to give you a glance ahead, we have this line that we want to do. So, tell me what you're learning. The person that's being visited, person B, is going to say, "Oh, you're going to school. Tell me what you're learning." And then we're going to start getting into a few phrases in our options that we talked about. Option one for people who are pretty comfortable with their formal self-introduction already. You're going to have this role where you tell the person you're helping the teachers. And then later on, we'll talk about option two for people who are new and want to learn their self-introductions. Um, you're going to say, I will write it. And since I told you we'll be going over our November outline, just briefly, uh, we'll kind of just go over, we'll basically be learning 2 lines at a time for our formal self-introduction. And if you already know it, then you'll get to help out in class and help people learn theirs. So we're going to be relying on you heavily. We want you to come and stay challenged. But yeah, Gunath Johan, have an awesome rest of your day. And we'll see you on Thursday, same time. Gunath.
Sheesh.
Jeez.
Cheers. Good to see you all.
Good to see you. Have a good day.
You too. Yeah, kwati.